In the previous video we set up the task, the project itself, on Codesys version 2.3, and in this video we're going to create a global variables list. So to do that we need to have a look at what inputs are necessary, and there are the list of inputs and the outputs that are necessary. So to set them up we will go to the fourth tab along into PLC configuration, and the first thing we have to do is add the relevant I/O module. Right click, depend supplement, and find the 8 digital inputs, 8 digital output module. And now you can see that we have 8 bits which are addressed input X 2.0 right the way through to IX 2.7. Those are inputs, and our outputs are addressed QX 0.0 right the way through to QX 0.7. So at that stage then we can go to our global variables. There's a little bit missing there. So when I went into the global variables list, these keywords were missing, so I just had to pause and add them. When you go in, they will automatically be there. So in this area, we're going to add our inputs and outputs. Input start button, stop button, roller switch A0 and roller switch A1. So I'm adding the start, and I'm physically going to address it at percentage IX 2.0 and finish that with a colon. And it's a Boolean style in capitals, and finish that line with a semicolon. Continue with the rest. And you will address to each of the bits. Roller switch A0. So those are my inputs. As shown, my output is the solenoid A extend. And this will be addressed to the first output. So it'll be QX 0.0. Now there are a few other things, global variables, that are required for this system. We need a timer. So I'm going to name it timer 1 and finish that with a semicolon, with a colon. And this is going to be a timer. And this is going to be a TON style timer, on delay timer. And we also need a counter. Counter 1. And it will be a CTU style count up counter. Now to trigger, because we're using structured text, I'm going to create a few variables to trigger the timer and to trigger the counter. So those will be timer 1 input, and it'll be a bool style, and counter 1 input. Also bool style. And the other one I will need is a run auxiliary. I'll explain that in a future video. Also boolean style. So those are the main variables that I will need. That's a global variable list setup. So come back to the next video where I'll show you how to set up the timer program and the counter program in structured text.